Good morning to everyone. How are you doing this wonderful Wednesday Winners Payday here in Team Effort Network? Robert, I know you're on the call. Can everyone please tell me in Team Effort Network, what is Wednesday?
Payday! It is payday!
Yes, it is indeed, and congratulations to you who are out there sharing and doing the work.
Wireless customer you called is not available at this time. Please try your call again later. Announcement 1, switch 1,
the call just mute out.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. The wireless customer you called is not available at this time. Please try your call again later. Announcement 1, switch 1-8-3.
Well, family, this is the Team Effort Lifestyle Call. You have dialed into it. Welcome, and thank you. This is your host, Pastor Denise McDowell, along with my business partner, One Star, Pastor Del Wafer. The line is open. Go right ahead, introduce yourself, and where are you calling in from?
I am Pastor calling from Brooklyn.
Welcome from Brooklyn. My goodness, Brooklyn is representing. Okay, Ainsley and Sabrina, what you all doing in Brooklyn? Welcome, Brooklyn.
Don Joseph, California.
California's in the house. Welcome. How are you?
Excellent.
Mr. Jackson, man, did we do an all-nighter last night or what?
Yeah, all-nighter was right. TTC. Wherever we are, we're doing TTC.
I'm going to mute up for 1 second. Hold on.
All callers are muted.
And family, this is what I want you to understand. If you have your phone on speaker, that's why we're getting that feedback. So take your line off the speaker phone, and we won't get that feedback. And if you've already introduced yourself, just go ahead and mute out so we can hear everyone else who's trying to introduce themselves, okay? So speaker phone, you got to take it off because we'll get that noise in the call. And we want everyone to introduce themselves, okay? So I'm going to unmute. And you mute out if you've already introduced yourself. Thank you. Let's do it again.
All callers are unmuted.
So already go right ahead. Introduce yourself. Where are you calling in from?
South Carolina. Millionaire in the making.
Welcome. Wow, that was a mouthful. Everybody.
New York City.
Brooklyn from New York, Terry Whitener from Chino Hills, Sheila McDuffie from Atlanta. I hear you, family. Keep it coming. Who else is with us this morning? Gladys from New York.
Long Island, New York.
Woo! Long Island is in the house. Watch out for him. That's the rowdy one right there. Long Island, New York. Hi, Vincent. How are you, sir?
Good, Pastor Denise. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to see you this morning.
Thank you.
Keep it coming, family. Who else is with us this morning? Go right ahead and introduce yourself. Where are you calling us from?
Hello. Reno,
Nevada. Gregory and Reno. How are you, Gregory?
Melissa Honeybee.
Hi, Melissa Honeybee. How are you, dear?
How are you? Okay.
Now here's Maureen Smith, Executive Founding Member, LLC, DQQ Qualified. How are you, Maureen Smith?
Good morning. I'm very well. I just stay up to go to put my cards on.
Are you going to pick out your car? Is that what you said?
I'm going to test drive cars this morning. Yes, I'm going to test drive cars.
Goodness. That is exciting, Maureen. That is exciting. Wow. Well, family, who else is with us? We're going to mute out in just a few. Who else is with us this morning? Go right ahead and introduce yourself.
Renetta Paul, Hayward, California.
Hi, Renetta. How are you doing?
Good morning. Out here rocking and rolling with our awesome leader, Don Joseph. Boy, he's got us going.
Don Joseph is taking it to a whole new level. I'm having to put on some Nike tennis shoes to keep up with Don. He has just taken off. He is just gone.
All right.
But that's what great leaders do.
Let's call back.
Well, family, I'm going to mute out in just a few. If you'd like to introduce yourself, where you're calling from. It's Anne-Marie from...
All callers are muted.
Oh, my goodness. You all got a boost of energy this morning. What did y'all do? Take that B-boost? Got up this morning and took that B-boost. Isn't it good to know you don't have to do those 5-hour energy drinks anymore and that cup of coffee with all that caffeine and get you going, but you have something natural that you can put in the body to get you up and excited and energetic and give you the energy that you want to do to complete your task for the day. This is just a good life here. I'm telling you, I'm enjoying every bit of it. It's a good thing to be healthy. It is a good thing to feel good, and it's a good thing to have money in your pocket. Do you agree with me? We're just such a wonderful place, and so many great things are happening around the globe here in Team Effort Network, and you all are a part of it. You have just got to continue to share what you're doing because we are growing in leaps and bounds. Well, we have a wonderful call today. We have a wonderful call every day, and I'm just so excited about the guest that's going to be on the call with us today. We had a dynamic TTP last night. We had several TTPs here on the East Coast last night and around the globe, and I'm telling you, you all need to attend the TTPs, even if you don't have a guest. Just get to the TTPs because you're going to hear something that's going to awaken something in you that's going to inspire you to even go out there and work even harder to get someone to come to these TTPs because people really need to hear and know what is happening here in Team Effort Network, and we are truly living up to our number one product, which is changing people's lives. Well, I'm going to pause right here and bring on my business partner, One Star, Pastor Del Wafer. Sir, are you there this morning?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. Did you hear that boost of energy coming through the call this morning?
Well, I tell you, the people are fired up. You know, they don't need sell energy. They're so excited about what's going on in the business. And as you said, you know, you have so many great things that are happening. You got the thing I like about it is they got so many new people that are joining the business, and they're getting geared up and they're excited about what's happening, and as you said, it's our number one product is changing people's lives, and this business is about the product, which is changing people's lives. So that's the opportunity that's presented, and that's the opportunity that people are really now beginning to embrace. And so you have a great opportunity to be involved. You know, I'm looking over the schedules on the TTPs. I'm looking at the calendar. LA and them had a great TTP Monday night. Tierra and them laid down the TTP and man signing people up there. So it's just every day, just about there's somebody somewhere, you know, doing something to advance this business and advance the brand. And let me tell you, I always say this because it's true, and that is when the brand wins, we all win. So. You don't want to be so focused on your group and what your group is doing only, but what is happening around the country and around the world as it relates to 10. Because as 10's brand name get out in the Philippines, in Dubai, in India, in Mexico, in Puerto Rico, in Malaysia, and all around the world, the more and more people start seeing 10, the brand becomes more popular. People begin to embrace it more. It's easier to recruit people into the business. It's easier for customers to want to buy the product because they've been seeing the name, the brand. And so there's an excitement and momentum that's taking place that's going to help you build your business. So we have to make sure that we stay focused on making sure that the brand is successful. And that's what BCTP does. So I'm excited about what's happening out there in the field because there's a lot of great stuff happening.
A lot of great stuff happening, indeed. And we have a lot of car winners that are popping up, Pastor. I'm telling you, to hear Maureen Smith. Maureen says she's going to test drive her car today. Maureen has qualified as LCQ, so she's qualified for her car. But you know what? We have so many other car qualifiers that's coming up the pipe. I heard Vicky Soda said that Stan and Trudy are getting ready to get their car. I know Donald Joseph got a boatload of folks on his team is getting ready to get their car. I know Memo has a lot of folks lined up to get their car. Here on our team, Pastor, we have a lot of folks who's winning their cars, and it is something to know that on a weekly basis, someone is qualifying for a Mercedes-Benz or BMW. That is momentum, I'm telling you. Well, speaking of car qualified, we have another young man that is just an inch away from going to get his car. And I am excited to bring this team leader on the call. He's one of our executive founding members. He's been with us from the beginning, Pastor Dillon. He's just shaking and baking and rocking and rolling. And he's got a couple of his team members on the call today that's going to share with us what's happening in 10. So let us welcome to the call Mr. Executive Founding Member Jesse Bowdon. Jesse, are you there, sir?
It's me, Pastor Dale. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Get a little closer to your phone. It kind of goes in and out. We want to miss the words you're saying.
Okay, I'm outside here at the Pentagon. That's the only way I can get it in. But I'm telling you, what a pleasure it is to be on this call and to introduce this gentleman. Now, he's been in the company for just 2 weeks, and he's already achieved the status of team builder. And I'm not sure if he's aware of it, but he's also qualified for the free iPad mini under the current promotion.
Oh, my God.
Now, you know what? When I saw this gentleman in action at this place of business, I'm telling you, he had 5-star written all over him. And just seeing how he was able to multitask from one customer to another and taking care of my needs and the phone, people pulling at him, all I could say was I just had to have this guy on my team. Now, when I presented the business to him, I didn't know that I was going to get 3 for 1 out of the deal. You see, not only did Eric come on board, but he also brought his wife, Ashley, and his mom, Pastor Teresa, on board. I'm telling you, they are so full of energy and so excited about 10. I mean, they couldn't wait to get started. So let me tell you what I did. What I did was I pieced together 2 full boxes of sprays. And do you know they sold a full box of 23 sprays in less than 24 hours? I'm telling you, I just love the energy of our new family. And they know the importance, actually, of keeping this thing fun. Anyway, without further ado, Eric Gales, are you out there?
Yes, sir. I am here, man. Thank you for that right there, that introduction. How are you doing, Jesse?
Hey, outstanding. Eric, tell us why you're so excited about 10 and what made you join 10.
Well, I'm so excited about 10 because, you know, I've been working actually in marketing over the last 7 years. You know, I've been blessed enough to be put in a position, you know, in my job where I've been the marketer of the year for this company for the last 3 years, you know. But the thing is, with all the success and the accolades and awards that I was getting from the job, I was time broke. You know, I just needed my time back. You know, I got 3 little guys that, you know, I want to raise actually and be there with them, not just, you know, be there financially. And so, you know, I was constantly looking for an opportunity that I would actually be able to dive head first in and take all of these marketing skills that I put towards, you know, a Fortune 500 company and actually put it into myself. So, you know, I'm actually so excited because when I got introduced to the Team Effort Network business, I realized this was my moment. This is the moment that I could actually take all of that energy, all of that talent, all of those skills actually that I'm making someone else rich, and I could actually make my family wealthy, and at the same time I could impact people's lives on a much greater scale than vacation ownership. So that's why I decided to get into the Team Effort Network business.
Wow. Pastor Dale, you guys got any questions for Eric before we bring on our next time?
I just want to say Eric has taken this thing by storm. He has just taken off. And like Jesse said, he came into the business just 2 weeks ago. And he's already set up 2 TTPs. I don't know how I got to do both of them, but he's already went out there and took charge. He came in, he saw the presentation. It was a no-brainer, and he just went to work, him and his wife both. So he's already had 2 TTPs. He's already a team builder. He's already qualified for his iPad. And I know at the rate that they're going, by the end of summer, they're going to qualify for their Mercedes-Benz or BMW. Even last night we had a TTP. We couldn't even break and get away from it. So, Eric, I want your wife is with you, and she has some wonderful testimonies. What I'd like to do is have you to share anything else you want to share about the business, but have your wife, if you can introduce your wife to come and share the testimonies that she's gotten as a result of taking the vitamin sprays.
Yes. I did want to say, actually, as far as the product goes, you know, I'm absolutely, you know, amazed by the product and the impact it has had on so many people's lives already that I've introduced the product to. I mean, we're getting text messages, emails, phone calls, follow-ups about the product. You know, the one thing that I've told my team here, actually, that I'm building is that I want the people who we introduce the product to have a relationship with the product before they decide to get into the business. I want them to already come in with a testimony, already have had an impact made in their lives by the product. Because when I have somebody like that coming into the team, that's the type of individual that I could actually infuse my skill set and the things that I know that works in network marketing, actually, and we can take this thing by storm. So, you know, I want people to actually be energized because they believe in the product, they've tried the product, they've been impacted by the product, and they're ready to impact other people's lives. Now, originally when I came into business, I said, you know, honey, we'll actually get in this business together, and it'll be me and you, and we'll actually work this thing together. And then I realized, I said, you know what? My wife has her entire different network than I do. So I said, I'm going to actually make her one of my legs. because she actually, has so many women. She's part of, groups at home, actually stay-at-home moms, and so many other different groups that she's a part of. And I just felt like this was an opportunity for her to actually impact them as well. And why not actually have my business partner be my wife? So, I put the two most important women in my life, my wife and my mom, under me as my legs. And we're actually just gonna rock it out over here in Northern Virginia. And I want to introduce everybody to my wife, Mrs. Ashley Danielle Gales.
You have to put my whole government out there now. Hey, so I am so excited about being a part of this team. I am super amped to get everybody I know on this product. I'm spraying people whether they like it or not. In the middle of conversations, I'm stopping them, cramming their mouths. Like, I don't care what you're saying. Open your mouth. I'm spraying. It's just that simple. And, I'm always joking with Eric and my mother-in-law about us actually, just not even using too much energy to say anything when it comes to selling the product itself. I just say, you know what? Just spray it. Don't say it. Just spray it. Don't say nothing. Just spray it in their mouth, and I'm telling you, you're going to feel a difference. So that's what I've been doing. Everybody I've talked to and everybody knows that I'm very health conscious. I've been this way my whole life. I'm very sensitive about what I put in my body because I believe what you put in, your body repays you for it. That goes for good or bad. So let's see. I did a 10-tasting party, a private one, maybe about a week ago for my mother's pastor's wife, my mother's first lady. I guess that would make it easier to say, and her 3 girls. And I believe all of them they're all overweight, and the beautiful people. They've been struggling with trying to get their weight and their health together. 3 or 4 of them have asthma, and 2 have kind of a lazy eye going on. And when they took the product, they tasted all 5 of them, and literally they all just went into a state of calmness, like you wouldn't believe. Like, I had to kind of go, hello, is anybody feeling anything? Like, it was sounding like I was in, like, a library or something. Like, everybody was just that calm. And, when I asked them to really pay attention to what they feel, because, your body tells you things and you have to learn to listen. So as they started actually talking about the things that they were feeling, the mother, first lady, she goes, I feel like I just had an asthma treatment. Like, I feel like I had a breathing treatment. And she sat up and she literally took a really deep breath and blew it out. She says, that's the only time I can do that is when I have an asthma treatment. And so, she was really astonished about that. One of the younger girls, she also said that she felt so good and she was in such a good place that she felt, kind of like so calm, like like she just woke up from, having like a heavy sedation or something. So she said she was just in a really good place physically and mentally. Everything was just so clear and she felt calm. And the one that amazed me the most was their daughter, Asia, who has a little lazy eye. And, when she came in the room, it kind of started shifting right in front of me, kind of sideways. And she said that she was looking down the whole time, and she just kept shaking her head, saying, "Oh, I just felt it in my eyes," And everybody was laughing, but she was just, she really meant it. I feel it in my eyes, and she said, literally, my eyes are like trying to focus like camera lenses right now. Like she was showing me with her hands, like that it was twisting and focusing like a camera lens does. And when she looked up at me, her eye literally went in and lined up with the other eye, and they started moving simultaneously. So to me, that was really amazing to see that happen, and she was really astonished by it herself to even feel that difference in such a major way. That's just one or 3 of the situations that have happened. My mother, of course, I had to get her on it. She has asthma, and she's been dealing with bronchitis, and she has the inhalers, and, she has the sleep apnea, her and my stepfather both. So, when I introduced her to the product, she actually was not able to go into work because she had an asthma attack, and it had just exhausted her. And anyone with asthma knows that once you actually have an attack, to recover, you actually are down for a couple of days because it just exhausts your whole body. So instead of her going home, she came to my house, our house, to get sprays. And I told her, I said, just spray them and see how you feel. She started breathing simpler. She said it was almost like an awakening. She said her body felt so good. And, I thought it was kind of funny when she said it, but, my mom is a baby boomer, which means she partied in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. So, she looked at me and she said, I feel like I just had a joint. And, for me, that just meant my mom was just really in a good state of mind. She smiled, she laughed, she conversated with everyone. She was very calm, cool, and collected. So much so that, later on that evening, she brings my stepfather by to do his tasting. And when they came with the cash. Like, look, just give them to me. I'll try them, and you can show me, and just give them to me. They gave me the cash on the table for 5 of the products right there. And that's the same day that Jesse actually, came out to meet us to give us the packages. So I was able to sell my first product at a full package of 5 of them at the same time. So they've just been ranting and raving about how awesome the product has been. She has sinus infection a couple of days later. She sprayed it up her nose. I always call it Super Cell, but it's Cell Energy. She sprayed it up her nose, and literally she said everything just started to come out. And when it came out, she could feel pressure moving through her face down to her nose to where she could blow. And her throat stopped hurting, and her head stopped hurting, and she was able to actually go right back to work the next day. She did it for my sister who had a headache, sprayed it up her nose, and she said before she can get to her room, she had to clean her sinuses out. Like, everybody's just been going crazy at my parents' house. She's got people at her job wanting to know what she's got. My mom actually has signed up for It Works through one of her coworkers, and she went up there to tell her, honey, I got to cancel my orders because I've got something better. She's just done with everything because this product is doing that much of an amazement to her. They're on conference down in Virginia Beach this week, and the whole week they're bragging with their products to a whole conference group of people. So this is reaching all the way down to Virginia Beach within a couple of weeks. We are going to take over Northern Virginia. Innovation, baby. Innovation.
Now, Ashley, you've already given your team a name. Tell us. Now, you're located in Northern Virginia, and you're actually going to pretty much take them. What is the name of your team?
Our team actually, it was, we were actually praying and, just lifting up the company and everybody that's on the team and, the makers of the formulas, everybody from the head all the way out. And we just, really were in the moment. And God just gave me just the best thing that could have ever happened, I think. It's very fresh and useful to me because we do want to reach our young people out here in this area, especially in our age range and younger. It's so important to get them to be serious about their health that, we were trying to find something to do and say, and it just hit me. And, it's 10NOVATION, and it's pronounced 10 Novation. It's actually like Company 10, of course. NOVA is the acronym for Northern Virginia, and the TION is more like the movement, the motion of it actually coming and taking over Northern Virginia. So that's where we got the name from.
My goodness.
Innovation.
Now, and Ashley, Ashley is she is really not kidding when she says that she is spraying people all day. Ashley would really walk up to you and say, open your mouth. I mean, she will not take no. Open your mouth.
But, it comes in just trying to be like, you try to come off as much as possible in life as a trustworthy person, And your mouth is so sensitive. People are looking at you like, what are you saying? And I'm like, do you see me? Do you see how serious I am? Open your mouth,
and then once they try it, they love it. Right, Ashley? They love it.
Yes, they do.
Oh, yes. My 5-year-old is actually ready to set up a table and sell it. He loves the vitamin D. He calls it the letter D spray. And, we were trying to figure out the flavor of what the vitamin D spray was, and all we kept saying was really fruity. And a couple of days later, he comes to me, he goes, Mom, I got it. I said, what do you got? He said, the letter D. You know what it tastes like? What fruit it tastes like? I said, what? He said, pineapple. And I was like, oh, my God, it took my 5-year-old to tell me something so simple as pineapple is a flavor.
Now, your 5-year-old wants to be a part of this business as well. So tell them what your 5-year-old is planning on doing.
We're getting a minute.
I asked him, I said, what are you going to tell the people? And he said, I'm going to tell them, Daddy, that spray it in your mouth. It's good for you, and it tastes like pineapple.
Now, Eric, you said something last night at the TTP. You said that your goal for you and your wife, basically for the sprays, is to change people's lives. Can you share what you were saying last night in regards to that? It's that the money's going to come, of course, but what your full focus is as far as Team Effort Network is concerned?
Well, when it comes down to myself, I'm going to quote Maya Angelou, with the passing of her recently. She says that, people will forget, what you said. People will forget what you did, but they'll never forget the way that you make them feel. And, that touched me a lot. It's something that I heard when I was in high school. I read, that, a quote from Maya Angelou, but, with her passing, it kind of came full circle back around to me. And I remember that, for me, I want to make an impact on people's lives. And so, like I say, in the vacation ownership world, you got numbers over your head. You got to sell things and market and everything, and you get rewarded, compensation-wise. But are you really making a difference? Mm-hmm. And so for a while now, I've been wanting to, be involved in something that really brings me out of bed in the morning, something I'm excited about, something that I'm making a difference with. And so, when it comes down, to it, I don't want to actually come into this business and have the mindset, I want to make a lot of money. I want to come in actually, and everybody that, we actually sponsor and signs up, I tell everybody the same exact thing. This is about the product. The money's going to come. The job right now is to actually expose as many people as we can to this awesome product that we actually have and see the impact actually that it has on your life. We want to actually make sure that we're, one spray at a time changing people's lives, one tube at a time actually getting people back to their healthy standard. They're normal. It should be their normal all the time, but because of all of the different things that happen, through stress and through, just job-related things, demands that people put on us. I mean, our lives are very, very difficult. We get used to it because, we're able to adjust as human beings, but that doesn't mean that it's supposed to be that way. And so, a lot of us actually are running on E, and we don't even realize it. And so, for me, I want to make sure that we get this product in as many people's hands as possible. Everybody I walk past, everybody I see. I was in a Walmart the other day, and two ladies were talking about the fact that they actually were cancer survivors. And I said, you hold that right there. Do you know I made the whole line wait because I did not have my card with me. So I made everybody in the line wait, and I hightailed it to my truck actually in the parking lot. Came back in actually, and I was running real good and fast. Actually, I felt great, which was awesome. So thank you. No energy. D-boost. I did a 40-yard dash to my truck actually, and come back in, and everybody's looking at me crazy, and I hand them these cards actually, and then when I handed the two of them the card actually, I said, look, you guys need to watch this video actually. My contact information is right there. I'm telling you right now, you actually want to make a difference. You don't want to be just a cancer survivor, but you want to be a cancer survivor that's empowered with a product, and you need to actually give me a call. Once I actually said that, then 3 more people on the line said, can I get that information too? So see, people are hungry for this information. People want these products. People actually want, but the thing is that you got to understand when it comes down to illnesses, a lot of times people will shy away from talking about it because they feel like the only people they should talk about it with are people that has the solution, that has the answer, a.k.a. a doctor, physician. But the thing is that once we open our mouths and tell them about this awesome product, then you'll realize that there's more sick people around you than you think. There's more people dealing with pain than you think. There's more people actually diabetic than you realize. They're just not going to tell you about it. Do you know that my own best friend, a gentleman that I've been knowing since we were actually in middle school, this is a guy that, I consider to be my brother. Our high school photos actually that we are supposed to take singular are together. Our prom pictures and everything. I mean, I'm their his children's godfather and everything. But the thing of it is that when I told him about the product, then he said to me, Well, I need that because I'm type 2 diabetic. This is my best friend I'm talking about. And so I feel like if I had not actually been introduced to this product, then I would have actually not known that my friend actually was dealing with, diabetes, because he may not have felt the need to tell me because of the fact that what would I be able to do? But because I was able to actually tell him about these amazing products, he opened up to me and told me about this condition that he was actually dealing with. And that made me feel so good because not only did I get a chance to actually, be there and talk to him about the fact that he had been dealing with, diabetes, but I also was able to give him something that actually could make a difference. And that made me feel so empowered. And that's why I'm pumped up right now because, that's my best friend. Think about how many people actually that I don't know that we can actually reach the masses. So, I'm just so excited about the opportunity and the product. And day by day, my whole goal is to actually, expose more and more people to this product and change this world actually in the health condition in America, one by one by one.
Wow. Eric, that right there is priceless. That's what makes it worth it. I mean, here you are, best friends since childhood. Didn't know your best friend for life had been dealing with diabetes because you're right. If people are dealing with some type of illness, they don't choose to share with you because they feel like you can't do anything about it. But when you start talking about these sprays and what they're doing for other people's health, then that opens up a whole new channel for them to begin to share what they're dealing with. And now here you are setting with a solution for that concern. That what makes it priceless. Eric, I want to bring someone to the call you're going to appreciate because I know that you've done your research on the sprays and the ingredients and what they do. And Ashley shared how her friend had the lazy eye, and we've just been getting so many testimonies on how the sprays are helping people with their vision, with their eyes. And I want you to hear Melissa Honeybee. She's a nurse practitioner for 24 years, and she always comes to the call and shares why these sprays are doing what they're doing. So, Melissa Honeybee, are you there, dear?
I am, Pastor Denise. It makes me smile hearing that, just people spraying and they're seeing a difference. And actually, the lazy eye is called amblyopia. That's the medical term. And it's just an eye disorder. What that means is that they're not receiving the nutrients to the optical nerve. And I stress all the time, B boost is brain, vision, digestive, nervous system. So there you go, your B boost that has the vitamin B12 in it, and our Super 10 and our aloe vera has folic acid. Those two combinations is what we need for vision correction. I'm not going to say it's going to totally correct, but if you catch it before they're probably 6 years old and you start feeding the nutrients, most likely it'll correct itself or almost complete 100%. So we're talking about blurry vision, we're talking about double vision, we're talking about the way that the eyes, don't line up. And the reason is the brain turns off the vision process to your eyes because the optical nerve is not getting fed B12. And it's simple. 8 sprays of your B12 and 8 sprays of your Super 10, and you're starting to see correction. And, if the body isn't being fed the nutrients that it needs to be 100%. So,
Melissa's like you said yesterday, if you give the body what it needs, the body will start correcting
Exactly.
So she's to say that.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait to hear her testimony where, everything goes into place because it's just a glitch in the system, that's functioning that she's got going on. So spray, and you're going to, be seeing properly instead of having to worry about, your eye being a little bit blurry or not in place. It's gonna change her life dramatically.
Wow. Well,
I can't wait to tell her that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Eric, I know you appreciated that, didn't you, Eric?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, we're sitting here, we're like sponges right now.
Yeah.
I'm writing so fast, I'm jotting notes down and everything. We appreciate that so much.
Okay. Well, let me stop here and bring on Pastor Dale. Pastor, do you have anything for Eric or Ashley or Melissa or Jesse before we go to Anita for our cookbook today?
Well, when I met Eric, I knew he was a smart guy, and you could tell a smart guy. When a smart guy sees something really, really good and knows this is something that he wants to dedicate a substantial amount of his time toward. A smart guy goes and get his wife and say, you know what, you got to come look at this. Because you want her to buy in on this thing. And when he brought Ashley there, he had already sold. She just needed to get exposed to, the environment and the full presentation. And I knew they were going to take off running. I mean, they're the dynamic dual couple. And, I was really impressed by both of them. I know you guys are going to do great in this business because, you're already professional. You're already sharp in what you already do. And I was listening to you as you were talking about the marketing ability that you've had and have you won, for the last 3 years, you won contests because of the marketing that you've done. And I just want to tell you, for what you've done for a Fortune 500 company to help their marketing and their branding, if you just give 25% of what you've done for them towards you and Ashley's business, you're going to see the wealth transfer that you've never experienced in your life. Because having the knowledge, experience, and expertise that you have to market and brand a Fortune 500 company, actually Fortune 100 company, and you just take 25% of that time and brand yourself, brand your company, and promote your business and market your business, I'm telling you, with our compensation plan and the team support that you get here, it's going to amazingly change you guys' financial future. And I know Ashley's a stay-at-home mom, so it's going to give her a huge advantage to be able to be at home and help with marketing, help with branding, helping with three-way calls and doing all these kind of things. So you guys are off to a great start. 2 weeks in the business, already had 2 meetings, had a whole lot of people at your meeting last night, and you're signing up people right now. You've already qualified for your iPad team builder. That is the signs of success. That's the signs of somebody who's full focused and looking forward to doing something great in this business. So thank you guys for joining us on the call today. I think as people as I am was really, really motivated and encouraged by you guys' testimony and what you've been doing. So hats off to you. Let's strap up and keep running.
Thank you, Pastor Bill, man.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you, brother.
Well, it has been a great call, very uplifting. And as you can see, any and everyone that's listening, this is an easy thing to do. Take this phrase, get your testimony, share with others, talk about this phrase. You may find out someone right there in your very quarters, your very borders, need these phrases. Talk about them. Look, Eric was when you was in the grocery store, Eric, when you just made everybody wait in line to go back out to get something to get to them. And as a result of that, people that were standing by listening wanted the information also. So that's going to say people are hungry they are looking for what we have. But if you don't share it, they will never know. So open your mouth, not only spray, but open your mouth and talk to people. TTP, talk to people, and invite them to your TTP, your Temptation party. Right, Eric and Ashley?
Open your mouth and they'll open their mouth.
And it's been great. Well, we're going to go out to the UK, to Anita Poole, to bring us our quote for today. Anita, are you there? Are you there, Anita Poole? And if not, we're going to go right to Atlanta, Georgia, to one-star Kevin Vaughn. Kevin, are you there, sir? Our quote is there for today. And if not, we're going to give you a quote for today. Our quote for today will be, and I love to use this one always, I will persist until I succeed at my new life's growth. For I know that if I ask often enough, it's going to be given to me. If I seek diligently, I will find it. If I knock with persistence, all doors will be open unto me. So persist, family. Go out there and do what you need to do. Share what we're doing, because people are literally looking for what we have. Eric and Ashley, thank you so very much for sharing your story with us today. Jesse Bowdon. Jesse, are you still there?
I am still here, Pastor Denise.
Well, Jesse, what do you have to say before we close out the call, sir?
I just want to say I'm so happy to have, Eric and Ashley and Pastor Teresa. Actually, I wish she could have been on the call today. She's so much fun and exciting. Excited about this, about Ken and the business. It's going to be a pleasure working with him, and that's keeping me excited. So congratulations and welcome to 10.
Well, we're going to have Pastor Teresa on the call. You can believe that. We're going to have her on. Melissa Honeybee, thank you for always being there and keeping us updated with these sprays, because Eric has done his research, and it's so good to have you to come on and break down what these sprays are doing for the body and how the body's responding to them. Family, it's been a great call. Now you go out there and share with someone today so that next week can be a good Wednesday for you. You know, as you share, Wednesdays are a better Wednesday for you. Be back on the call again tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget, take advantage of the promotions that are on the table. If you get 3 new business partners on the Diamond Package, you have yourself a free mini iPad. That promotion is going to go on until June the 18th. And also, win yourself a trip to Disney World. Take your whole family to Disney World. How do I get to Disney World? Well, you just continue to invite people. Continue to share the business. Continue to sign up new business partners. And become a 1-star. Become a 1-star, and that's just making $2,000 in 1 week, and you qualify to win the trip to Disney World. So go for it. And you know what? Going for a 1-star is just going to let you know that I can easily become a 10-star. So go for the stars, family. You can do it. And don't forget, mark your calendars for September. The end of September, we're going to have a 10 University here on the East Coast. So make sure you are setting that time aside. Put your money aside for your travel expenses. You know, that day is coming. So start preparing for right now, because I'm telling you, family, that is going to be one event you do not want to miss. Mel Gill says the big events and promotions is what grow your business. You never want to miss the big events that are sponsored by corporate. You never want to miss the big events. So the next big event is at the end of September, and we'll have more detailed information of that as the days come. But for right now, block the last couple of weeks off on your calendar until we get the day announced that we're actually going to have it, okay? Well, thank you for being here. Know this, family. You are loved, and you are greatly appreciated. God bless you all. Have a prosperous day on purpose. Mwah.